शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्रीचिद्घनगणेशाय नमो मह्यं सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं न व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्धिबोध्यं बुद्धिर्नित्यत्वनिर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Is the screen not visible to anyone?
Yes.
Only one person.
I'm able to see it.
Sorry, I was reading something ahead. The page has gone. We finished the first taranga, the first chapter. The second chapter is also the same topic, a little in depth. So here, Samskrita Vicharasagare, Anubandhanam Visheshato Nirupanam Nama Dvitiya Tarangaha, Visheshataha Nirupanam. There are some specific details which will be inquired into. Same Anubandha, which was Anubandha Chatushtaya, which was talked about, but we have seen that the discussion is not superficial. There's a lot of Purva Paksha and then the in-depth analysis. Anyway, here the Tippanakara says that in the earlier chapter, while discussing the Anubandha Chatushtaya, there was a lot of Purva Pakshi and it took a different direction than the author intended. So he revisits it and analyzes in depth. तो पूर्वतरंगे अनुबंधजातं संक्षेपतः उक्तम् अस्मिंस्तु द्वितीयतरंगे तद् विस्तरतः प्रतिपाद्यते. It is discussed in detail as we saw. Adhikari Vishayaka Akshepah. So about the Adhikari, there can be some doubts, which are those Dukkha Nivruttava Akshepa. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari iti Purvam Pratyapadi. What was analyzed and arrived at earlier in the Anubandha Chatushtaya, there is Adhikari, qualified. Who is this qualified? He is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. He should have the fourfold qualification. That person is qualified. Teshu sadhaneshu mumukshuta nama eka. There is one which is the fourth qualification, which is desire to be liberated. Mumukshata. Sacha sadhaneshu uttama. Among the four, mumukshata is the most important. It is the highest qualification, and every other sadhana is leading to mumukshata. The mumukshutvam should be in such a quantity. If you could measure it, it should be, the desire should be so much that it should be at the cost of other desires. So Viveka, Vairagya and Shamadamadi Shatka is focused only towards growing Mumukshutvam. Thereby it is Uttama. And what is Mumukshuta really? Because Mokshum Ichha Mumuksha Tasyaha Bhavaha Mumukshuta. That is the definition. So one, the quality of or the status of desiring liberation is Mumukshuta. But it is not just that yogika definition. It has a Rudyartha. Mumukshuta nama tivratara mokshecha. Not just mokshecha, but tivratara mokshecha. If you compare anything that you desire, then this desire should overrule all other desires. Then only the adhikari is really qualified for moksha. Proper. Wants it here and now. The desire is not for moksha also. Bhagwan Bhashyakara discusses it at many places. He discusses as to the direction that moksha, one who is desirous of moksha, has to take versus everything else. These directions are contrary to each other. They are contradictory. Like riding two horses which are running in opposite directions. Thereby, over a period of time, this balance does not work. It is okay because earlier there was a question as well, as in the Uttama Adhikari is a sannyasi. There is some truth to it because only a person who has given up everything else except the sadhana for moksha would be more qualified than others because of, at least if nothing else, there is no other diversification. There is no other distraction. There could be. We are not denying that the sannyasi is focused. We are not saying that the sannyasi will definitely be focused. It can be a Veshadhari also. But we are talking about a possibility which is there even in a grahastha or in other ashramas, but still who is more qualified is, if you quantify by time also, one who can give more time is definitely more qualified, everything else being equal. Thereby तीव्रतर मोक्षेच्छा मोक्षस्य सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्त्युपलक्षित ब्रह्मावाप्तिर इत्युच्यते. What is this moksha then? This moksha has been discussed earlier as dukkha nivritti and paramananda prapti. Now this moksha is analyzed in further detail. Sopadana karana jagan nivritti upalakshita brahmavaptir ityuchyate. Brahmavapti is paramananda prapti. Because Brahma Swarupa is Paramananda, earlier it was said, but everything else is included, whatever is the meaning of Brahma. Praptasya prapti. And Sopadana Karana Jagan Nivritti. Upalakshita. This Brahma Vapti is qualified by what? It is qualified by Nivritti of Jagat. Samsara, Samsarana, which was said earlier as Dukkha Rupa Samsara. But along with its Karana. If the karya samsara dukkha is karya, it is not a karana. Dukkha is always a karya. It is experiential due to whatever has led to it. So dukkha is a karya, jagat is a karya. What is the karana? If the karana continues, the jagat will continue. If you say dukkha nivritti is moksha, does it have a karana? Yes, dukkha has a karana. What about that karana? Maybe it has gone away now. It can come back because karana is there. But here it is clarified as moksha is sopadana karana. Upadana karana in a saha. Jagan nivritti tasya jagataha upadana karanena saha. So that nivritti is along with its upadana karana. Upadana karana we know is Maya at the universal level, but at the individual level we call it as avidya. So avidya is the karana for the samsarana of a jiva. We are not interested in the whether there is total samsara for others. We have a very selfish focus, very self-centered if nothing else. Am I going to get moksha? How? If I get it, what is the characteristic of that moksha? If it is brahma vapti and dukkha nivritti, can the dukkha come back because karana is there? No, avidya as a karana will go away. Thereby ajnana or avidya going away along with its karya and attaining brahma, which is our swarupa, which otherwise was not attained, even though it was ever attained, as though not attained due to avidya. That avidya going, we attain our swarupa iti uchyate. So upadana karana is looked into now. Brahma vapti and jagan nivritti, there was purva paksha to both, as praptasya prapti, nitya praptasya prapti, as well as nitya nivrittasya nivritti. Now what is being said is this sopadana karana, this moksha is characterized by nivritti of upadana karana. अत्र मोक्ष लक्षण घटक विशेषण रूप प्रथमांशे सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्तौ पूर्व पक्षी शंकते. He has a doubt about this sopadana karana nivritti, jagan nivritti along with its upadana karana. That doesn't gel well with the purva pakshi. He says mula vidyaya saha jagannasham na kopi vanchati. This mula vidya and tula vidya, there's a discussion on this. Tula vidya is related to a particular, I'll keep it very simple. Tula vidya is related to a particular object. If you want to know a particular object, say ghata ajnana is called as tula, ghata vidya is called as tula vidya. So when there is ghata jnana, ghata vidya, then that ghata vidya takes away the avidya relating to only ghata, not relating to pata or anything else. Whereas mula vidya doesn't go away by tula vidya going. So mula vidya, when will it go away? Only when brahma is known, because mula karana avidya is mula vidya, maya, or however you want to call it, which makes the samsara continue. It is not related to any object, it is related to the very content of each and every object, including the objectifier subject. Really, the objectifier subject, who is one with underlying principle of the objects, the entire prapancha also, and the creator of the prapancha. So mula vidya saha, this upadana karan is mula vidya, taya saha jagannasham na kopi vanchati. Nobody desires this. Who desires that let there be jagat nasha? It is ridiculous, says the purva pakshi. So here, I mean, just he's giving some ridiculous examples to show how ridiculous it would be to expect this. So here, upadana karana is mula vidya. Second. Third point says, nahi bhikshuka santi iti sthalyo na adishriyante. Nahi yukaha santi iti vastrani na paridhiyante. Nahi mrugaha shalavashta santi iti shalayo no na upuyante iti yatha. So he is giving some ridiculous examples as to there are bhikshukas. Therefore, I mean, you don't stop what you are doing because of the fear of anything else surrounding. So that is the comparison here. Anyway, what is saying? Tatha viveki tapatraya bhayat. What is your problem in samsara? Dukkha, right? That is tapatraya. Tapatraya bhayat jagatah nasham yatha, all these examples. Tatha viveki tapatraya bhayat jagatah nasham na ichchati. Just because I am troubled with adhyatmika, adi bhautika and adi daivika dukkha, troubles, basically afflictions, I should not say that the jagat is a problem, therefore let the jagat nasha be there. This is where the purva pakshi is ridiculing the siddhanti. Kintu tapatraya nivritti matram ichchati. Let there be nivritti from tapatraya. Let there not be afflictions for me. Itiyam Sankhyamatanaina Shanka. Those who follow Sankhyavadis say that you should not think that Jagat Nivritti should be there. You should think that there be Dukkha Nivritti for yourself. Why think of the Jagat to attain Nasha? Why have such a Ichha? Nobody has it. And what is this Tapatraya? Kintu Viveki Tapatraya Nivritti Matram Vanchati. Tapatrayancha Adhyatmikam Adibhautikam Adidavikam Chaiti. These are explained further. Tatra Sharire Jwaradi Roga Kshutpipasadi Janyam Dukkham Adhyatmikam. What is a Dukkha? If there is fever, etc., which is afflicting only one's own bodily presence, the embodied. Oh no, I have trouble due to my body, Jwara, Roga, any of the diseases, Kshutpipasa, hunger and thirst, and everything that goes along that affects this Sharira is Adhyatmika Dukkha. Chora, Vyagra, Sarpadijanyam Dukkham, Adibhautikam. Something related to your surrounding is Adibhautika. So Dukkha, which is due to a thief, when you are in a forest area, there is a tiger, etc., Sarpa, village areas, anywhere, even in cities now you have Sarpa. Any of these, which is related to the surroundings, that is Adibhautika Dukkha. Yes, I have Dukkha related to surroundings. I am helpless. Yaksha Rakshasa Preta Pishacha Grahadi Janyam Shitavata Atapadi Janyam Cha Dukkham Adi Daivikam. Then there is Adi Daivika Dukkha. What is this Adi Daivika? Related to the Devas here, anything, any of these others, not the surroundings, but at the Samashti level, there may be something or related to this Yaksha, Rakshasa, Preta, Pishacha, or Graha. The astrological situations are not favorable. Due to that, all of us face. These may not be known the earlier. Yaksha, Rakshasa, Preta, Pishacha, not known, may or may not be there. But Grahadi, most of us know, oh, Graha, Surya Grahana coming up, it is going to affect my Rashi. Any of these. Shita, Vata, Atapadi, Janyam, Chadukham, Adi Daivikam. If nothing else, okay, I don't care for astrology, okay. Shita, Vata, Atapadi, Janyam. Any of these related to the seasonal changes also, you have some issues. Weather conditions changing, that is Dukkha, which is Adi Daivika. Etat Trivida Dukkha Nivrittereva Sarvai Prarthyate. So what kind of nivritti do you want? You want Dukkha Nivritti, but Dukkha related to these three. Other than this, we don't have any Dukkha. So if you want Dukkha Nivritti, people who want Dukkha Nivritti, by them what is expected? I should be free from these three. Therefore, Sarvaihi, these Etat Trividha Dukkha Nivrittireva Prarthyate. Not anything more. Why Jagat Nivritti? Na Dukkhad Anyasya Kasyachiddapi Nivrittihi Vivekibhi Prarthyate. Other than this triad of Dukkha, nothing else is prayed for by those who are Vivekis. They know where is the source of Dukkha. They know what kind of Dukkha. They know the categorization. Even if they don't know the categorization, they know that this is the kind of Dukkha. Other than this, they don't care for anything else to be affected. They don't care for something else to happen other than these three being away from one. So I don't want Dukkha related to these three. Beyond this, I am okay. Tasmat Mula Vidya Sahita Jagan Nivritto na Kasyapi Ichha Jayate iti. Thereby, there cannot be an Ichha for a sane person. If there is some sanity, then why will anyone want Jagan Nivritti? It's okay to say Tapatraya Nivritti and let the Jagat be. What is your problem? This is the Purva Paksha. Further, Purva Paksha says, Nacha Sarvesham Nishesha Sakala Dukkha Nirbhanecha Vidyate. Now first he has said that Jagan Nivritti kind of an Ichha, Jagan Nasha kind of Ichha is not appropriate. Everyone wants the Dukkha Nivritti, but the triad, not anything beyond that. It is not throwing the baby along with the bath water. Now he is saying this kind of an Ichha, Dukkha Nivritti, complete Dukkha Nivritti is also not possible. It is not expected, that desire. Nacha Sarvesham, because you can't categorize everyone in the same manner. You can't group them together. Nishesha Sakala Dukkha Nirbhanecha Sarvesham na vidyate. Samula Ajnana Jagan Nivritti Mantara na Nishesha Dukkhocheda Sambhavati. इत्यतः निशेष दुःख निवृत्त्यन्यथानुपपत्या समूलाज्ञान जगन्निवृत्तिर अर्थात् आक्षिप्यते इति वाच्यम. Now he says that you cannot argue, or you should not argue. He is saying that now I know what you are going to say. You, the Siddhanti, is going to tell me that this dukkha is of three categories. But the entire set of the triad of dukkha is not possible unless the jagat attains nasha. Meaning jagat nivritti, samsara nivritti. Other than samsara nivritti, the triad of adi adhyatmika, adi bhautika and adi daivika dukkha nivritti is not possible unless samsara nivritti is there. This is going to be your argument. I do know that. I have studied your works. I know this is your argument. He says, do not argue in that manner. Iti na vachyam. You should not say that sarvesham nishesha sakala dukkha nirbhanecha na vidyate samula jnana jagan nivrittim antara na nishesha dukkhocheda sambhavati. You cannot say, you should not argue that it is impossible to have complete dukkha nivritti unless there is samsara nivritti, and therefore there should be samsara nivritti. That kind of argument you should not give. You should not use anyatha anupapatti. Otherwise not possible. If samsara continues, then the triad continues of dukkha. Therefore samsara should go for the triad to not continue. This kind of argument you should not bring about. Samula jnana jagan nivritti arthad akshipyate. Thereby you should not conclude by using arthapatti or anyatha anupapatti. Therefore, for entire dukkha nivritti, samsara nivritti should take place. This kind of argument should not be made by you, the Siddhanti. Why? Artanam धन्वंतर्यादि कृत आयुर्वेदोक्त भैषज्य सेवनात् ज्वरादि रोग हेतुक दुःख क्षय दर्शनात्. Why? He says you take the dukkha. Each category of dukkha has a solution. Artanam, those who are afflicted, for them Dhanvantari Ayurveda can be followed. Dhanvantari has made this Ayurveda for this Roga Nivritti itself. So if you have Jwara Rogadi Dukkha, then use that solution. That will take care of your afflictions. So Jwaradi Roga Hetuka Dukkha. Kshaya Darshana. We have seen that with Ayurveda there is Roga Nivritti. Thereby Roga Nivritti, Roga Nivrittav Satyam, Dukkha Nivritti. It goes away. You can take away the dukkha by treating the cause. Why do you go to Jagan Nivritti, Samsara Nivritti? So this is like, somebody, some Kshatriya was a trouble to Parshurama. He went after the entire Kshatriya Varna. That is not appropriate. Stick to the specifics. Don't go with the Samanya. Why do you go with the Samanya? You have problem with specifics, treat the specifics. Then Bhojanena शुज्जन्य दुःख निवृत्तेः सर्वानुभव सिद्धत्वाच्च, and there is anubhava siddhi. It is anubhava siddha to everyone that if hunger and thirst is your problem, there is dukkha, all right, but then you feed yourself, you eat and drink, and you will be okay. Why would you want samsara nivritti? इत्थम एव तत्तत् प्रतिकारेण तत्तत् प्रतीकारेण तत्तत् दुःख निवृत्ति संभवे समूल अज्ञान जगन् निवृत्तिम अंतरेण अपि दुःख निवृत्तेः संभावितत्वात् न नापेक्ष्यते दुःख निवृत्त्यर्थं समूलाज्ञान जगन् निवृत्तिः. Since it is possible to treat each and every dukkha, to take care of each and every dukkha, counter it and do away with dukkha based on specific solutions for specific of the triad. Why would you want Jagan Nivritti along with its Moola Avidya? Moola, Samoola, basically Samoola. He does not care whether it is Avidya, you call anything. But he says, why do you want Jagan Nivritti along with its root? When you can treat the root cause at the specifics, why go to the root cause of a samanya which has sukha also? तस्मात् मोक्ष लक्षण घटक समूल अज्ञान जगन निवृत्ति रूपे विशेषणांशेन कस्यापि इच्छा जायेत. Therefore, it is not possible for anyone who has some sort of thinking to have this kind of an ichha of Jagan Nivritti along with its Karana. So that's another Akshepa. Sukha Prapti Visheka Akshepa. Further you say Sukha Prapti is your goal. So Moksha Lakshana Ghataka Visheshyamshe Brahmavapti Rupe Api Na Kasyapi Ichha Jayeta. Now he says this Moksha Lakshana Ghataka Visheshyamshe. Your Visheshya is what? Brahma. Brahma Prapti is your goal. There is no ichha for anyone to attain Brahma. Why so? Tata hi yadeva vastu praganubhutam tattad tajjatiya vastvantarasyev sukha sadhanatvena samprapta vichha sarvesham jayeta. Where is ichha possible? Praganubhutam. Brahma is not experienced by anyone. You are saying Brahma, that Tatpada Lakshar, Tatpada Vachyartha, Tatpada, whatever is known through Tatpada, that Tatpada is that which you have not experienced. So Praga Anubhuta Vastu, the something, some object that you have experienced earlier, then alone you can have desire towards it. Tajjatiya, you can't say that, you need not say that it has to be the same. It can be similar. Tajjatiya. So Brahma Jatiya, something you can have desire for only if you have experienced Brahma. Tajjatiya vastvantarasya eva sukha sadhanatvena sampraptau ichha sarvesham jayata. Further it should have led to sukha. If you have experienced Brahma earlier, then and that Brahma Anubhava has given you some sukha, then that sukha will trigger more ichha towards Brahma or similar experience. Na anubhuta, na ananubhuta sampraptu. There cannot be an ichha to attain something which you have not experienced. So with this argument, he gives an example. Yatha deshantareshu vidyamaneshu atyadbhuteshu api anirjnateshu padartheshu tatprapti ichha nakasyapi jayata eva. He gives an example that let there be something in some other desha. There is something that which it is adbhuta, all right, it is adbhuta, it is existent and it is elsewhere, but it is elsewhere. It is not indriya gochara. So vidyamaneshu ati adbhuteshu api anirjnateshu, something that you don't have anubhav of, you do not know about, Such a padartha is not desired by anyone. Nobody has a desire to have an experience of or attain that vastu, because you neither know about it, nor there is no anubhava of that vastu. It is elsewhere. You don't even know that such a vastu is there. तद्वद एव अत्रापि मुमुक्षोः अधिकारिणः प्रांग न ब्रह्म विषयक ज्ञानमस्ति. This mumukshu has no idea of Brahma. You are saying he wants moksha, which is Brahma Prapti Lakshana. This Brahma Prapti Lakshana moksha desire he cannot have, because he does not have any clue of what this Brahma is. He cannot have a desire. How is it possible? Therefore, your Sukha Prapti Visheka moksha is not possible. This, he is not saying Sukha Prapti, he is saying Brahma Vapti Rupa Moksha. Unto that there cannot be an Ichha, because of being an unknown Vastu. That is where he is coming from. Yastu Brahmajnanamasti, Yasya tu Brahmajnanamasti Sanadhikari Tasya Muktatvat. So on one hand you have an Ajnani who has no idea of what Brahma is. So he is divided. He is saying that your Ichha is unto Brahma. If this is your Mumukshu, Brahma Prapti Lakshana is Moksha, and this Moktum Ichhu is Mumukshu, then is this Mumukshu a Jnani or an Ajnani? If you say he is an Ajnani, then he does not have Brahma Jnana, he does not know Brahma, then there cannot be desire towards attaining that Brahma. That's on one hand. On the other hand, if Yasya tu Brahma Jnanam asti, therefore this person is a Mumukshu, is a Jnani, Brahma Jnani, Sanadhikari, Tasya Muktatvat, because Jnanena Moksha, Brahma Jnanena Moksha. If he is a Brahma is known to him, then he is already a Mukta. Why would he be an Adhikari in this Grantha? So Ubhaya Pasha Rajju, you pick any of the options given, you still are in a fix. An Ajnani is not an Adhikari because he does not know Brahma. Unto unknown there cannot be a desire. Ajnani cannot be an Adhikari because he is already Mukta. He has nothing to do with your sadhana. Muktasya cha mokshanupapattehe adhikara bhavaha. And one who is Mukta cannot be an Adhikari because mumukshutvam is not possible. He cannot have moksha ichha because he already is Mukta. Ataha Vedanta Shravanat Purvam Anirjnatasya Brahmanah Avapti Ichha Kasyapi na unmishati eva. Thereby, before Vedanta Shravana, you cannot have moksha ichha. After Vedanta Shravana, if the Shravana has led to moksha, then there cannot be a moksha ichha either. So you cannot have mumukshu at all. Mumukshu is itself a category which is not possible. This is the akshepa. Itham samula jnana jagannivrutyatmake tad upalakshita brahmavapti rupe cha mokshe na jayate eva ichha kasyachidapi. There is no qualified. Therefore, there cannot be an ichha. This kind of an ichha that you talk of is itself impossible. Tasmad adhikari mumukshu na kopi siddhyati. There is no adhikari, there is no mumukshu, there is no anubandha chatushtaya part complete. Your mumukshu, who is part of this adhika, who is an adhikari and thereby the part of anubandha chatushtaya, he is lacking. You need to have all four for the grantha. You don't have an adhikari, so it is all improper. To create this grantha itself is improper. It is not needed because there is no qualified person at all. There is no moksha ichha possible. Adhikari abhavam prakarantarena pratipadayati. He says, I'll give you another way to see there are no adhikaris. Sarvopi Vishay Sukham eva vanchati. Everyone wants Sukha. True. If you argue that Sukha Prapti Vishayaka Akshepa, your Akshepa is related to Sukha, not Brahma Vapti, because Brahma is Sukha. If you argue in that manner, then he says Sukha is desired by everyone is right. You, the Siddhanti, saying that Sukha is desired by everyone is right, but it is all Vishaya Sukha. Sarvopi Vishaya Sukham eva vanchati. If you ask what you want, people will say Sukha. Yes, I want Sukha. When will you get Sukha? You'll say, if I have this, if I have that, I want a brilliant son. I want a beautiful daughter. I want to have a lot of wealth. I want to take vacation. Something is desired. All of this is object. Desire for an object. सर्वोपि विषय सुखमेव वांछति तपस्विनोपि पारलौकिक भोगाभिलाषेणैव ऐहिकान् भोगान् परित्यज्य अनेकविध क्लेशान् सहन्ते. And if you argue to that, no, there are tapasvis who don't desire all this. They do have nothing to do with people and things. They don't want any of this. To that the Purva says, okay, tapasvis, if you quote tapasvis to counter my argument that Vishaya Sukha is not desired, tapasvis also desire Vishaya Sukha. How? Not iha laukika, but paralaukika. There is a paralaukika bhogecha. They know that if they give up little Sukha here, they'll get lot of Sukha elsewhere. Amutra. They know of lokas that you don't know of. You, the Laukika, do not know anything, but these tapasvis know Alaukika Sukha, Paralaukika Sukha. They want that which is multifold than what your Upadhi in this Loka can experience. They say that we'll compromise all this, we'll not experience this kind of Sukha, but they want Sukha, not this kind of Sukha, but elsewhere. Also, they want Vishaya Sukha. There are better Vishayas which can be experienced with better Upadhis in better lokas. They want that. So tapasvinopi paralaukika bhogavilashena eva ihikan bhogan parityajya. They give up these sukhas, Vishaya sukhas, for better Vishaya sukhas. They are also Vishaya sukhas. Aneka vida kleshan sante. They go through troubles, afflictions, which through tapajanya. Kleshas they experience, they tolerate. Because they want better Vishaya Sukha. Tatha cha aihikebhyo va amushmikebhyo va Vishaya Sukhebhya eva sarve sprahyanti. So the craving is always for Vishaya Sukha, whether it be a Laukika or a Tapasvi. Naiva idamasti Vishaya Sukham mokshe, and this kind of Vishaya Sukha is lacking in your moksha. Moksha does not have Vishaya Sukha, so how will anyone want moksha, desire moksha, because there is no Vishaya Sukha? You tell people that you will not get Vishaya Sukha in that. Who will want that? Nobody will want that. Tataha na kopi moksha sadhanam ichhe. Therefore, moksha sadhana is not desired by anyone because goal is not desirable. Nobody wants moksha which does not have Vishaya Sukha, therefore moksha sadhana is not desirable. Tatascha mokshecha rupa mumuksha nakasyapi siddhyet. So there cannot be a desire for moksha for anyone. Kincha brahmadi stambhantasya lokasya Vishaya Sukha asha pasha paravashikruta chittatvat vairagya uparama shamadamadi sadhanam nakasyapi siddhyet. He says your entire setup I am going to dismantle. All your sadhana chatushtaya sampatti where vairagya is needed, all this is completely useless. Why? Because moksha ichha is not there, sadhana is lacking, is not needed. There will be no desire for sadhana because there is no goal to be attained. Because Vishaya Sukha is lacking, and based on Vishaya Sukha lacking, the Purva Pakshi is taking apart each and every part of the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, so to say, that will make a person qualified for moksha. he says tatascha mokshecha rupa moksha na kasyapi siddhyet kincha brahmadi stambhantasya lokasya. Whether you say Brahma as a padvi, Chaturmukha Brahma, or Stambhanta, so Hiranyagarbham, or any of the life forms, the smallest. So that from the smallest to the largest life form, Lokasya Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya Sukha Asha Pasha Paravashikrita Chittatvat. Because this Vishaya Sukha is hijacking a person. One is under the influence of this desire for Vishaya Sukha, wanting to become anything and everything that one is not. So that one gets more and more Sukha, Vairagya Uparama Shamadamadi Sadhanam na Kasyapi Siddhyet. In that kind of a mind, you expect there to be Vairagya. Everyone is craving for Vishaya Sukha and you want them to have Vairagya. Is it possible? No. Uparama, Shamadama. You were talking about Sannyasa, Shamadama. What is all this? Who will have this kind of a desire? It is not possible. Tasmat sadhana chatushte sampannasya adhikarinaha abhavat vifaloyam grantharambha. You should not even think about this grantha. Why are you even composing such a grantha which is not going to cater to anyone? You know, as they say, politician, if he is not going to win, then they'll say, deposit, you lose your deposit. Why would you even get to that kind of, you know that you are not going to get a single vote. This is the kind of your system where adhikari is not there, and you want to write an elaborate, write an elaborate grantha to cater to such adhikaris. Where is the adhikari? There is no adhikari. Adhikari vishaya akshepanam samadhanani. So now these are answered. Mokshasya prathamamsha bhute samuladhyana jagannivritta rupe ichha sambhava prakara. That there can be a desire for moksha which is jagat nivritti along with its karana. You said this is nobody, no sane person will desire that. That's your first akshepa. So in Tarka, what happens is that you have to explain that you have understood the Purva Paksha. You should not, especially in Vidvat Sabhas. In Vidvat Sabhas, if there is an Aropa, or even if somebody has explained something, to make an Aropa, a sadhu process is to explain what you have understood before raising or countering it. So here, Sadhu follows that. He says, Mokshecha na kasyapi sambhavati yato mokshe अंशद्वयमस्ति प्रथमा सोपादान कारण जगन्निवृत्ति रूप अंशः द्वितीयः ब्रह्म प्राप्ति रूप अंश. So there are two parts to this moksha. One is brahma prapti, another is dukkha nivritti, which is jagan nivritti along with its karana. तत्र सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्ति रूपे मोक्षस्य प्रथमांशेन कस्यापि इच्छा संभवति, अपितु त्रिविध दुःख निवृत्ति इच्छा एव सर्वेषां संभवति. तत्तद् दुःख निवृत्तिः तत्तद् उपायात् भवति. So he says, the Purva Pakshi has asked this question that तत्र सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्ति रूपे मोक्षस्य प्रथमांशे न कस्यापि इच्छा संभवति. There is no possibility of anyone having desire of jagan nivritti along with its karana, but they desire only trividha dukkha nivritti. The adhyatmika, adhibhautika and the adhidaivika dukkha nivritti is desirable, but not the jagan nivritti along with its karana. Tattad dukkha nivritti tattad upayat bhavati, and you have methods to take away the dukkha of the triad. Thereby tasma sopadana karana jagan nivritti kamaha mumukshu adhikari iti etat nasangachyate iti hi prathama purva paksha. So the objection is that there cannot be a mumukshu because there is no jagan nivritti kamaha. There is no one who desires jagan nivritti along with its karana, because everyone desires dukkha nivritti, which is the dukkha generated by the triad. And there are ways to counter the triad. You don't need to go beyond that. Tatra samadhi. The answer given is सर्वानर्थ बीजभूत मूलाज्ञान तत्कार्य जगन्निवृत्ति व्यतिरेकेण न उपायांतरेण तापत्रय नाश निश्शेषम उपजायेत. The triad has a bija. Sarva anartha bija is what? Mulajnana. The triad is a karya. Tat karya jagan nivritti vyatirekena. Mulajnana karya is jagat. And other than the jagat nivritti, along with its karana, upayantarena tapatraya nashaha nishesham na upajayat. It may go, but it will come back. Completely it won't go. First of all, it won't go completely. Even if it goes in bits and pieces, all of this is going to come back. निशेष मूला विद्या निवृत्त्या एव सकल दुःखानि तत्कारणीभूत रोगादयः रोगाद्याश्रय शरीरादयश्च निरवशेषं नश्यन्ति. If you want complete dukkha nivritti, then it has to be karana nivritti only. Moola vidya nivrittya eva niravashesham nashyanti sharirādayascha. This roga will go away when the sharira, which itself is a roga. The Siddhanti is saying, please study Ayurveda before you quote Ayurveda. Ayurveda's goal is also moksha. It is also sharira nivritti. First they say have roga nivritti. Have roga nivritti, then have the ultimate roga nivritti, which is sharira nivritti, because sharira itself is a roga for a jiva. Jiva taking sharira is the roga as well. So goal of Ayurveda is also moksha, sharira nivritti. निशेष मूला विद्या निवृत्त्या एव सकल दुःखानि तत्कारणीभूत रोगादयः रोगाद्याश्रय शरीरादयश्च निरवशेषं नश्यन्ति. Rogas are in sharira. Sharira being the ashraya, sharira nivritti will take away all rogas. This is not suicidal. Sharira nivritti is not ending the sharira, ending the samsarana in the sharira. That is what is meant by shariradayah niravashesham nashyanti. Shariradaya, not one single sharira, but all shariras in the future which are designed for me, tailor-made for me based on my karma, will all go away only when the karana for those shariras, for those roga rupa shariras to come about, go away. Tasmat tapatre nivrittaye samula jnana jagan nivritti rupe moksha lakshana ghataka visheshanamshe udeti eva ichha sarvesham. Therefore, everyone who is looking for dukkha nivritti, they are looking for dukkha karana nivritti because they don't want dukkha to come back again. This tapatraya nivritti is tapatraya karana nivritti. When you go to the doctor, you say, will this come back again if it is treated? You want it not to come back again. Not a temporary relief. You want nishesha relief. Ayam ashayaha. So what is the idea by saying that? We'll look at in the next part. I'll stop here. We'll continue with the ayam ashaya in the next part. सुखम नित्यम स्वप्रकाशम व्यापकं नाम रूपयो अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दुःख्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक् परं महः तदेवाहन्नमत्योन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः. Any questions? I'll see you in the next part. Namaste.
Namaste, Guru.
Hari Om.